So we're going to start just by connecting into the pelvic floor and into the core. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in. Send the breath all the way down to the pelvic floor. Then I want you to think about lifting the pelvic floor, wrapping it out, and then we're going to exhale, squeeze the ball, inhale, come back down again. And again, exhale, lift, making sure the ribs don't flare. Inhale, come back down again. And again, exhale in. Inhale. 2 more, exhale. Inhale. Last one. Well done. Okay. Coming onto the back. Carefully put onto your side and then rolling down. Ball in between the legs. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in. And then on the exhale, we're going to tuck the tail, squeeze the ball. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, tuck and squeeze. Inhale, back to neutral. And again, exhale, tuck and squeeze. Inhale, back to neutral. Nice. 2 more. Inhale, back to neutral. One last one. Well done. Okay. Bringing the right leg into tabletop. From here, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in. We're going to pull the back of the ribs down, keeping the ribcage nice and closed. You're going to exhale as you march that right leg away. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, march away. Inhale, bring it back up. If this feels okay and you want to bring the second leg up, you can. Again here, making sure the ribcage stays closed and the back of the ribs stay down. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, pull it back in. And then exhale, left. So either come into the both legs like I have, or you're going to stay with that single. Exhale, march. Inhale, pull back in. Exhale, march. Inhale, pull back in. Exhale, march. Inhale. 1 more each side. And then take the ball out. Lower the right leg, lower the left leg, and then just drop the knees over to one side. Back to centre, and then drop the knees over to the other side. Well done. Okay. So from here, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in. I want you to lift up head, neck and shoulders, and you're going to place the hands behind the head. So I want you to think about the lift coming from the chest. Imagine maybe you've got a piece of string lifting you up from the chest. Try not to tuck the chin into the chest, so keep the collar nice and open. And then you're going to let the weight of the head drop into the hands. From here, we're going to exhale as we come up just an extra inch past the tips of the shoulder blades. Inhale, lower back down to the shoulder blades. Exhale, little lift. Inhale, lower. And again, exhale, little lift. Inhale, lower. These look like nothing, but they are hard. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And again, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. We're going to stay lifted. We're going to think about a rotation coming from the right rib over towards the left hip. Do not yank the elbow. So we go lift, rotate rib to hip, exhale, stay lifted, inhale back to center, opposite side. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center, stay lifted. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center, nice. Left rib to right hip, exhale, inhale, center. Right rib to left hip, exhale. Inhale, center. Keep going. one more each side. And then roll all the way back down again. Well done. Okay. From here, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in, bring the arms up, take a nice big deep breath. We're going to exhale from head, neck and shoulders, but we're going to reach the arms between the thighs. Okay, so we're going to go into little pulses now, reaching through the chest. We're going to go 10, exhale 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay there. We're going to hold it for 10. Can we lift a little extra inch? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll all the way down. Oof. Hug the knees into the chest, and then we're just going to do a gentle rock side to side. Whoo, okay, roll it onto your side, and then we're going to come up, or if you want to have a little bit of fun, we're going to see if we can do a rock and roll up. So you're going to just start to build a little bit of momentum, rolling on your back, and then if we can, without using the hands, we're going to come up to standing. Don't worry if that's a work in progress. It can be a work in progress. Okay, so we're going to come to the top of the mat, and then we're going to keep the pelvis really stable. So I'm going to tie my top up so that you can kind of see my hips. So you can place the hands on your hips to help, and then from here, slight soft bend in that left knee, and then with this right leg, we're just going to transfer the weight. So we're going to lift the thigh, exhale it, and then we're going to inhale, tap it back down again. Exhale and lift, inhale, tap it back down again. Nice. Exhale and lift, inhale, tap it back down. Exhale and lift, inhale, nice. We're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, a little shake off. It's a lot of work for that hip flexor. Okay, so from here, bring that leg back up again. We're going to go out without moving the pelvis. And then come back in again. So keeping the pelvis really stable. We're not tucking it or untucking it. Loads of work for that left standing leg. Oh my goodness. The burn. We've got 3. And 2. And 1. Reverse it for 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Well done. Shake it off. Sorry, I had this awful feeling I wasn't recording then, but I am. Okay, switching legs. Take an exhale, lift. And then inhale, lower down. Exhale and lift. Inhaling, lower. Well done. Exhale and lift. Inhale into lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. So why is single leg work so important? So if you think about as a mum, or anyone really, we're constantly picking things up. We're constantly carrying the baby, picking things up, walking up the stairs. So it's really, this single leg work is so important, that stability. That's it. Go one, last one. We're going to stay up. We're going to go into our circles. For 5. That's it for 4. And for 3. And for 2. And for 1. And then reverse it for 5. Keep growing tall. I just found myself really slumped over them for 4. and for 3. So much work for that right leg. For 2 and for 1. Well done. Okay, going back to the other leg now. So left leg plants. We're going to come up into that lifted knee. From here, we're going to step back into a lunge. So think back leg straight. We're going to hinge over that front thigh, and then we're going to step it back in, lifting the leg. And again, we're going to step back, let the weight come down, hinge forward over that left thigh, step it in with control. Option here, if that's too much, come back in, just put the foot down, yeah? Coming back, sinking down, hinge, stepping back in with control. Well done. And again, coming back, sinking down, hinge, step it back in. That's it. We're going to come back, sinking down, hinge, step it back in, switching over. Left leg lift, coming back into the lunge, sink it down, hinge, step it back in, either flamingo, oops, or stepping it in. And then again, we're stepping back, sinking down, hinge, step it back in. My balance on this side, not great. And again, and if you're finding your balance not great, just slow it down a little bit. Yeah, make sure that the foot that's grounded, so the right foot in this case, all 4 corners of that foot are pushing down into the mat. You're going to go for 2 last ones here. And then shake it off. Well done. If you've got a band, grab it now. And we're going to go into a little bit of back work, bit of posterior chain. So you're going to stand on your band, making sure you've got resistance. And then we're going to go into a hip hinge movement. So I want you to imagine that you've got a button on the back of your wall, and you're going to hinge from the hip. So think bum pushes back. Then from here, we're going to bicep curl. We're going to resist the return. We're going to push into the feet. We're going to come back up again. And again, hip hinge, bicep curl, resist that return, come back up again. So every time we're coming back up again, I want you to really think about pushing the ground away, and it being the glutes and the hamstrings that bring you back up again. So we go inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, lower, exhale, curl, inhale, release, exhale, stand, and again, inhale, lower, exhale, curl, inhale, lengthen, exhale, stand. 4 more, inhale, exhale, curl, inhale, lengthen, exhale, stand. For 3, inhale, hip hinge, exhale, bicep curl, inhale, lengthen, exhale, stand. Last 2, inhale, hinge, exhale, curl, inhale, lengthen, exhale. Last 1, inhale, lower, exhale, curl, inhale, lengthen, exhaling, stand. Well done. Whew. Okay. Last little bit here. It's a short and sweet workout today. We're going to go for a nice wide stance. So when we're in this stance, I'll stand this way so you can see. When we think about our squats, I want you to think about sliding down a wall as opposed to sticking the bum out. So we're going to come down on the inhale. Now, if you want to engage through the inner thighs a little bit, I want you to have the sensation of the heels pulling towards one another as we come back up to standing. So we're going to inhale, come down. You're going to push the ground away, pull the heels towards one another as we exhale, come back in. And again, we're going to inhale, lower down. Exhale, exhale, stand. And again, inhale, we lower. Exhale, stand. 5 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, stand. Inhale, lower. Exhale, stand. Inhale, lower. Exhale, stand. Last 2. Inhale to lower. Exhale, stand. Last one, we're going to stay down. We're going to peel the right heel up, lower. Left heel up, lower. Right heel, lower. Left heel, lower. I know it's burning. Right heel and left heel and right heel and left heel and right heel and left heel. Let's go both together. We're going to hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2 and 1. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Amazing work, everyone. So feel free to repeat that. What was that? 15 minutes. If you want to double it up to make it into 30, go for it. Hope you enjoyed it. Well done.